ability. That's sort of out of my hands. I'm hopeful that we'll have him.
Someone else have a question for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, just to be clear, was he designated for return today? Is that something that has to happen before he can actually practice?
Yeah, he was not designated for return. Yeah, he was. He has to do that before he can practice.
All right, let's go to Mike Solarte next.
Thanks, Preston. Coach, is there a benefit to this kind of being a short week? You have no choice but to purge Sunday and get on to Thursday?
Yeah, I don't want to purge Sunday. I want to learn from it. I think there's a lot of things for us, to take away from the game. So, we came in. I know a lot of teams like to just move ahead quickly to the next opponent. We didn't. We talked about, the good things and the bad things that were involved in the game, because there's a lot of both, and then we move forward. So, I'll always believe that the best thing you can do for your team is just keep trying to improve, and the best way to improve is to learn from the way that you play, both good and bad. So, I tried to make sure we took some time, and, I think some guys were maybe not real happy about that, in a good way. Guys want to move forward, but the best way to move forward is to learn from the past, in my opinion.
Let's go to Joe Person and then Jason Huber.
Matt, given that it's a short week, would you think, and Christian didn't practice today, would you think that might make him unlikely? And then I have one more quick
one. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm hopeful that, he says there's a possibility. I said, I'm hopeful. It's not me. It's when he's cleared by, by the doctors and trainers and all that stuff. So, so I'm just waiting. And as soon as they say he can go, he'll go.
And then just a couple transactional things you guys did today. Could you sort of explain the move with Seth Roberts? And then I know Josh Hawkins had something on social media without a mask out in public at a club. Did that factor into the decision to release him?
I think with, both of those transactions, we appreciate those guys and all that they did for us. And, I would just say we thought it was in the best interest of the team, to move forward. So, we made both those moves.
Hey, Matt, just wondering, do you have any update on Russell Kuhn, and with this being a short week, where's it kind of at with him?
Yeah, just with the injury report. I mean, he didn't practice today. That's really where it's at right now. He didn't practice.
How do you feel with Greg Little stepping in for the rest of the game yesterday?
I thought Greg did a lot of great things. He's I hate when our players go down, but I feel as good about Greg going out there as anyone. He prepares hard. He plays hard. He's the more he plays, the better he gets. So I feel very confident in Greg.
All right, let's go to Steve Reed and then Miles Simmons.
Hey, Matt, just one more thing on Christian. Is there any thought to, hey, you're on a short work week Thursday, if you rest him, you could have 10 more days to make sure he's healthy. Is there any of that thought that goes into this decision for Thursday night?
The decisions, like as I said, is made by the doctors and trainers. So I think it's just a matter of, when he's healthy. If Christian, he wants to play. So as soon as they release him and say he's good to go, he'll go.
Hey, Matt, Brian Burns got another strip sack yesterday. Do you feel like he's coming into his own as a part of your defense and just getting more comfortable in it?
Very pleased with Brian Burns. He is a tremendous pass rusher. The thing I like most about Brian is that he's trying to become develop and become a complete player, who's dominant for, great lengths of the game, not just, for, a play here and a play there. And so, some of the things he did in the run game to me were really good. So, so some of the things he did in the pass game that you don't see with the sacks he did were really good. So, I'm pleased with him. And the biggest thing I'm pleased with is he's trying to make sure he's a complete player.
Let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then Josh Klein.
Hey Matt, hope you're well. I have a couple questions. First, if Christian is back, have you all thought about how you might work with Mike Davis and Christian?
Yeah, I think whenever Christian is back, we'll use both guys. Mike has certainly proven that he deserves to play, and we've talked at great lengths about how to utilize both those guys on the field. I think when you have Mike, you have Christian, and now you add in Curtis Samuel, three guys who can play running back and also play receiver. We can be in a multitude of personnel groupings that the defense has to prepare for. So, we're excited about those possibilities.
And what do you think about you coached Sam Franklin for a year at Temple. What do you think about his journey and getting to where he is now?
Well, yeah, I mean, I obviously hadn't followed him very much after I left. I followed the team, here and there, but didn't know much about Sam. As we were going through the, where he was as we were going through the draft process. He was on the board based upon the scouts, and he was someone that Evan Cooper, said from the very beginning, that we thought could be that big nickel position that Chin is playing, and so. Signed him undrafted, put him there, and right away, Chase, the special teams guys, fell in love with him because he doesn't get tired. He loves to play football. He gets in. He kind of moves from that big nickel because he played linebacker at Temple to safety. So you think about it, he's playing safety in an NFL game and hadn't really played that prior to that, and is just getting better and better and better every week, and it was stood out on the tape at times, running to the ball, flashing, tackling their backs. Thought he played a very good game. Did a lot of great things. And I think it's just the beginning for him. He's got the right skill set and the right mentality. He's a tough guy that just works and plays.
Matt, after you get a chance, or you've gotten a chance, obviously, to watch the tape from yesterday, what did you see in terms of run defense? And obviously, you guys have been hurt by injuries up front. You never want to make excuses, but you're missing KK and YGM and other guys up front. How much of a difference does that make?
We got it. I have confidence in the guys that are here, and I think our issues in the run defense are consistent when we've had issues. Some games we like against the Bears, we've had really good run defense, and it's just simply, we're a one gap defense, and so it's pretty simple. Everybody get in your gap, defend your gap, and there's nowhere to run the football. And it's just a guy getting out of his gap, a guy leaving his gap too early and plays hitting. And, while the total numbers, maybe weren't terrible. And I don't have it broken up by half. There were some timely ones, obviously, that bothered us. And so it's just a matter of the discipline of getting in our gaps. When we blitz, guys getting in their gaps. And it's the same problem, we played the Falcons 2 weeks ago, we had. And so we have to have tremendous accountability and ownership to say, hey, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to get in my gap. That being said, I thought they adjusted. I thought Phil adjusted well in the second half. And, to hold them to 6 points in the second half, I thought we did some different things. But it really comes down to just, everyone get in their gap, do their job. And I have no issue with how hard we played. I thought we played really, really hard, but too many, hey, my bad plays that popped. And so we just all have to, get a little bit better this week in terms of just handling our responsibility.
And just a quick kind of similar, but not exactly the same follow-up. What did you see from Darius Taylor over the course of the last few weeks that's wanted you to get him on the field a little bit more?
AG's a tremendous, he's a tough guy. He's a football player. We have a package that he plays in. That was one of the packages we just used a little bit more yesterday. But he's physical on special teams, and that does a good job. And I thought when he got in the game yesterday, I was really pleased with his effort. I thought he played hard, played fast, got to the ball, and was violent at the ball. So I was really pleased seeing him out there.
Let's go to Elena Getzenberg and then Skylar Callahan.
Matt, I'll ask the fun question of the day. What went into your outfit yesterday, going back to the smock, and should we expect to see that this week?
It was in my locker, so I put it on. I just it was there, and the guys were wearing white, and I just thought I like the color. I like when our guys wear, so nothing much more than that.
Sure. Is it a one-time thing then, you think?
Yeah, I really don't spend too much time thinking about what I'm gonna wear.
Ask these questions.
I literally wear the same thing every game usually, and then I saw that, and I really like our inactive players and guys warming up wear the sleeve version of that, and I liked it, so I it was in my locker, so I put it on. So I don't know what I'll wear. I'll get in there Thursday and grab whatever's in there.
Hey, Matt, Curtis Samuel caught, I think, all 6 of his targets on Sunday. It came up big a couple times on third down. What did you see with him, and did you notice a difference with him out there on the field compared to last week when he wasn't?
Yeah, I think we were 67% on third down. Curtis is a clutch player. He's a tough guy. He finds a way to make huge catches. The first drive, the scramble, I mean, he goes down to get that ball knowing he might get hit. I think his ability to control the middle of the field on third down and create mismatches and all those things is hugely important. And so, it was great to have him back out there.
Let's go to Joe Person for the next question.
Hey, Matt, there were a couple spot calls yesterday that kind of went against you guys. Obviously, you challenged the one. I'm wondering what the explanation was on that one with Kamara. And then were you a little surprised how quickly the Breeze touchdown got confirmed? And did you get any explanation on that one?
Yeah, I got no real explanation on the one that I challenged. I'm assuming it was just the angles. There's only so many angles that you can see, and so I was hesitant to challenge something in the second half that wasn't clear cut. But with the way that they had been, I think it was second half, right? The game starts to fly by me. I'm on to Atlanta already. But with the way they had been moving the ball, I thought that was an opportunity, and with his foot stepping out of bounds, I hoped that we would get that call, which, but there's not much explanation beyond that. And then just the one at the end, obviously, the players were yelling for me to challenge it. You don't challenge scoring plays, they review them yourselves. And so I was just waiting to hear. And then they said they confirmed it upstairs. And so, once that happened, there was not much, really no recourse for me.
On the replays, as you watched them today, did you feel like they were bad spots?
I don't even kind of after that, I don't even think that way. I'm just kind of like, I move on from it. Like, it's really the only way I can survive is just kind of move on and just worry about the football, worry about the things that we did right and wrong. So, I can understand the angles, I understand it's hard in terms of TV and all those different things.
Guys, we have time for 2 more. So let's go to Elena Getzenberg and then go to Miles Simmons to wrap it up.
Hey, Matt, I was just wondering with the short week, is there anything, this is the first time you've been in this situation. Is there anything way you're approaching it differently or kind of just treating it as like today a normal Wednesday for you, or kind of how are you approaching it?
Yeah. So, just like when we went out to Los Angeles to play the Chargers, I used Coach Coughlin's West Coast schedule, which is different than a lot of people. A lot of people go out 2 days early. I used what we did at the Giants, and I thought we played well. I'm using our exact, Thursday night game schedule from when I was at the Giants. We actually came down and played the Panthers on a Thursday night here at Bank of America Stadium, and I liked the schedule. I remember leaving that game saying, "Hey, this was probably our best game that year." So I just kind of took that same approach. So, today was first and second down, and we'll just keep stay on our normal schedule, like as if today was a Wednesday.
At guard without John Miller yesterday, what did you think of Daly and Scott playing there?
I thought they did well. It was good to have Dennis Daly back out there. It was good to see him play. I thought, he did a good job, and we'll only get better and better and better with more reps and more time. And Trent Scott's got to be one of our better signings in terms of his versatility to go from playing left tackle to left guard to, he's out all week. He shows up on Friday for walkthrough and hey, we need you to back up at right guard. So he's a football guy, and I appreciate that about him. He's extremely versatile.
Coach, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, guys.
Open it up, or do you want to go right into questions?
We go right into questions.
All right, guys. Got Teddy Bridgewater here. No one's raised their hand yet, so if someone wants to open up for the first question, the floor is open.
Teddy, Matt Rhule was just on with us. He said he's hopeful that Christian McCaffrey might play Thursday night. Obviously, it's up to the trainers, but how eager would you be to see him out there?
Oh man, it'd be exciting to see Christian back out there if he's able to go. He's been working extremely hard. I know he's itching to get back out there. So, whenever he's out there, the guys will be excited. We've been watching him over the past couple of weeks, and we're excited that he's been making the progress that he's making.
Let's go to Skylar Callahan for the next one.
Hey, Teddy, it seemed like you and Curtis kind of got a good connection going yesterday. Caught all 6 of his targets, and just wanted to know, did you see any bit of a difference in the offense with him on the field versus with him off the field last week?
Curtis is one of the key guys in his offense. He does a lot of things that help his offense go. So whenever he's out there, he's making plays. He's so consistent with everything he's doing. So, you notice a difference when he's out there. He's making plays when his number is called, like he's been doing all year.
Let's go to Josh Klein and then Jonathan Alexander.
Teddy, what's your short week kind of routine? Like how long do you look at yesterday's tape? How quickly are you already on to Atlanta?
Yeah. Yesterday's tape, you watch it either last night or this morning, and then got to turn the page. It's a short week. Luckily, it's a team that we're familiar with. We played a couple weeks ago, but they don't have the same coach, so we understand that this is a team that probably feels like they let one get away when they played against us last time. So we want to make sure that we approach this week with the right mindset, being smart, getting guys healthy to be able to play Thursday.
And physically, do you do anything different?
Being that you just played a game, yesterday, you try to treat the days. You got to combine some days this week, so whether it's training wise, you might treat today like a Wednesday or Thursday. Different guys treat it different ways, but you definitely want to make sure that you're just feeling good come Thursday. We understand that, some guys are going to be banged up. Sunday was a physical game and it's a short week, but the ultimate goal is just get out there Thursday and win.
Hey, what's up, Teddy? Hope you're doing well, man. I know you said you had turned the page on yesterday's game, but I'm wondering if you could just, if I could ask you this, the sack on that third down play, what was supposed to happen on that play, and what might you all have done differently, or was the Saints scheme, did they just draw it out well?
No, honestly, no, we called a great play. If you watch the tape, I think Curtis was, going to score a touchdown. But we called the perfect protection. They just ran a game, and it was a game that fell into, the quarterback. Me as a quarterback, I think all I could really do is try to throw the ball, but I couldn't throw it over Ian's head or anything, or didn't have anyone in the boundary to throw it over their head. It would have been intentional grounding. So in that situation, it's like, man, you're going to take the sack, just try to minimize the loss. But ultimately, you wish that you could have avoided the sack altogether. So it was just one of those deals where, the Saints had a good scheme. They ran a good game on that play that tested, our protection and got a matchup that they liked, and they got to the quarterback.
Let's go to Miles Simmons and then David Newton.
Teddy, sort of random question here, but notice that at least since training camp, you guys have gone to Taylor Moton after you score a touchdown and hand him the ball, and then he spikes it. Can you explain sort of what that's about and why you guys love handing him the ball and doing that so much?
Yeah, the Timo spike. We just talk about, playing for one another, and Timo spiking the ball is just, our guys who scored touchdowns, recognizing that, there are other guys who made this happen. So, we like, seeing Timo spike the ball. Those guys get a kick out of it. And, it's just fun for the guys. We talk about, all 11 guys, getting the credit. So ultimately, Timo spiking the ball is our way of showing all 11 guys receiving credit.
If I could follow up real quick on that. I mean, is there something to wanting to celebrate a touchdown, just given how hard you guys work and how hard it is to even score one of them?
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure, a lot of guys have been a part of games where you might not have scored a touchdown at all. So, whenever you can, touch the paint, it's a reward to, the entire offense, the entire team, of how hard, you've worked each drive. So just, refreshing to see the guys celebrate, have fun. You see nothing but smiles and get to find out who can dance, who can't dance, who can spike the ball, who can't. So.
Hey, Teddy, we all know you can dance, so we're good with that, and I appreciate your time today. Matt always talks about what's next. What's that mean to you, and how does that help, particularly when you're coming off a tough loss in a short week?
Honestly, it speaks for itself. You can't dwell on yesterday, especially with the short week. Usually you might have Monday to watch the film thoroughly. Tuesday you might still be thinking about it, but it's like, man, we got a game in a couple of days, so you got to turn that page and shift your focus to the Atlanta Falcons. It's a team who, they're getting some guys healthy as well, so we want to make sure that we come out with the right mindset.
And what's unique about Matt from other coaches you've been around?
Coach Rhule, he's a guy who he's just loves the process, and he loves just learning each and every day throughout the process. This is his first year coaching in the NFL as a head coach with no true off season, just training camp and regular season. And, for him to be able to just adjust on the fly, I really like that about him. He's taking care of his guys, but at the same time, he's being tough. He's laying a foundation in the process. And I think, it's good for the guys to have a coach like Coach Rhule here.
All right, guys, we only have time for 3 more, so let's go to Joe Person and then Sharon Thorslin, finish with Jason Huber.
Eddie, understanding you want to flush it and whatnot, but how tough these last 2 weeks been to kind of move on from, considering y'all had a shot in the fourth quarter and couldn't quite get it done?
Honestly, you're forced to move on. It's just the nature of the season. You can't let 1 week lead into the next. But I can say, man, it's like, we have a good football team here. It's just we're so close to being a great football team, and the great football teams find a way to win those close games. And I think if you look at the last couple games, we've had an opportunity as an offense, and honestly, all season we had an opportunity as an offense to finish on the field, and we've come up short. So in order to take that next step, we got to figure out what it is for us to make that jump. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's about us pointing the finger at ourselves and understanding that, we control our own destiny. We control the results of these games. Even if things may not go the way we want them to go for the first 3 quarters, if you look at the tape, in all of these games, we've had an opportunity to either put a team away or go down and score to tie the game, or go down and score to take the lead. And some of those games we've done it, some of those games we come up short. So I think if we could just take that next step and finish games, put teams away, we'll really be a great team.
Do you take that personally too? Because no matter, obviously we all know it's a team game, but they always talk about the fourth quarter comebacks and so forth. It's really become a quarterback stat.
Yeah, definitely we take it personal, but at the same time, we take it personal as an organization. We don't want to be, a team that's coming up short. We want to, change the narrative. We want to be the team that's, dominating for all 3 quarters and putting the game away in the fourth, or going down and win a game, in the fourth. So at the end of the day, we can't just talk about it though. We got to make sure when those opportunities present themselves on Sundays, like we got to really put it away and finish. So I can definitely say, man, the last 2 weeks have left a bad taste in our mouth, but at the same time, we can't dwell on it too long. All we can do is learn from it and try to be better moving forward.
Let's go to Sharon and then Jason before we wrap it up.
Hey, Teddy. The Falcons, as you know, I'm sure lost another heartbreaker yesterday. It seems like they've been dealing with this all season long. Does that make them even a more dangerous team coming in here on Thursday night?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with them being a divisional opponent, they know us, and we know them. So it's one of those deals where you watch their games, and it's games that they're close to winning. So that speaks volumes of them, that they're in these games. They may have a lead or they may be playing from behind, but it's a team that won't quit. They won't go away. So I understand that it's going to take all 4 quarters to win this game.
Teddy, on Falcons, how much, with as much as you've been able to see so far, has their defense kind of changed in these last 3 weeks? They got healthy, and it seems like their defense has started playing better. What's different about them that you've seen so far?
Honestly, it's just a team that plays well together. Like you say, they've gotten healthy. From the last time we played them, they've been doing some things well. They've been getting to the quarterback. They've been forcing turnovers. So, we want to make sure that, going into this game Thursday, we make sure that there's an emphasis on protecting the quarterback, protecting the football. We do those things well. We can rush the football against these guys, and we'll put ourselves in position to win.
All right, Teddy, we appreciate you stopping by.
No problem. Thank you.
The audio set up. We'll get underway. You can go ahead and raise your hand if you have any questions for him. Brian, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
There's been a lot of butts in this seat.
All right, guys. Whoever has first question, you can go ahead and ask it.
I got one. How you doing, Brian?
What's up?
Hey, I don't know if you saw this or if you did or if you care, but the Saints punter put out a tweet yesterday. I think it was a tweet with Breeze saying that he was inactive, that the Saints didn't need him to come and punt. It was kind of a shot at you guys defensively. Wondered if you had any reaction or if you'd seen that.
Who?
Thomas Morstead, the Saints punter.
I don't care.
All right, let's go to Miles Simmons and then Jason Huber.
Brian, every sack that you've had so far this year has also caused a fumble. What have you been doing to make that work?
Just being aware where the ball's at pretty much all the time. If you think about it, that's knocking the ball out is a lot easier than getting a sack. And it means it's a lot more stats, honestly. You can just knock the ball out. You don't even have to tackle the dude. So that's kind of been my mindset. And I feel like it's a big momentum changer. So if I can do that, I can definitely help the team win.
If I can follow up for just 1 second. Do you feel like you are getting more comfortable in this defense the more you've played in it and that you're starting to come into your own?
Definitely. I feel a lot comfortable with transitioning from linebacker to defensive end to doing certain drops, certain rushes. And I feel like everybody's really coming into their own inside the defense. We just have to, focus on the details a little more and fix a couple of things. And I feel like we can really take this thing to another level.
Brian, it seems like that there may be more kind of double teams, going against you now, especially with some of the injuries on the defense. Have you noticed that, and how are you working around that?
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. But yeah, I gotta figure out ways to not let that slow me down. Pretty much we'll probably have some games or certain techniques to get around those chips and those double teams, but we'll figure it out throughout the week.
With Josh Klein and then Skylar Callahan.
Brian, so you're rocking that mask. Do you have a Spider-Man mask? Seems right up your alley.
I'm actually getting one customized. You'll see that soon.
Okay, that was my first question. I also have a follow-up football question. How much easier does it make it on you guys? So I know that obviously there are a lot of some of the guys in your edge room who have been moving inside, whether it's FA. I know Etor could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
To make that move from edge rusher to 3-tech, what kind of a physical transformation does that take?
Well, one, you have to have the size for it. That's one, so you don't get punched out of there. Two, when you go inside into that 3-tech or 1-tech, whatever it is, everything speeds up. So you don't have as much time as you do to set up your steps or set up your hands or whatever movements you want to do from the outside. Because when you go into 3 technique, everything is a lot more condensed. So you don't have a lot of time to really push anything up the field because everything's so close. But yeah, everything just speeds up in there.
Hey, Brian, got a quick 3-parter here for you. 1, how long did it take you to perfect that Spider-Man pose? 2, what would you rate it looking back on it? And 3, how many more times you want to display it this season?
Took a day. I rated 10, and I need to do it every time I get a sack. Did I answer everything?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, let's go to Sharon Thorsland and then back to Josh Klein.
Brian, when you look at Todd Gurley and what he's been doing with the Falcons this season, what makes him such a special back? And do you always obviously have to be ready for him to really let loose?
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good. I'd say that he can get the defense committing in one gap and bounce to the next gap. That's something he does very well, especially with the blocking scheme they got going on. He can really sell one gap that you think he's about to hit and bounce right out of it and make a big play. So that's just what I see from him, and he does that pretty well.
Brian, Coach Rhule said that yesterday you guys had a couple of my bad gap issues during run plays where they kind of got away from you. As a player, how do you eliminate those?
it's just about doing your 111. I mean, you just got to stay in your gap. You can't get too nosy. You can't feel like you have to make every play. And that's something I have a problem with sometimes. I feel like I got to make every play, but I mean, as long as you do your job and just stay disciplined in your gaps, don't allow anyone to take you out your gap or you being nosy take you out your gap, everything should be fine, in my opinion.
All right, guys,
But
we only
it's
have time.
simple.
We only have time for 3 more, so let's go to Joe Person and then Jonathan Alexander. Finish with Miles Simmons.
Brian, what are the advantages and disadvantages of playing a team like the Falcons so quickly after you just faced?
Well, the advantage in my point is that we getting back to ball fast. I mean, you know how this long week, yeah, I want to play right now. The only disadvantage is that you don't get as much time to prepare, but they got the same amount of time as we have. So honestly, I think it's an even playing field. We're both coming off tough losses, and I feel like it's just who wants it more. That's what it's gonna come down to Thursday night. But I'm just glad to get back to some ball real fast.
Hey, what's up, Brian? Hope you're doing well, man.
Doing good.
I missed the first couple questions. So I apologize, but I just wanted to ask if you could take me through that little dip move that you did to get around my man's over there at left tackle.
So basically, I took a couple inside moves before that dip move, and when I got to his side, I kind of felt him out, gave him a little outside rush, but I didn't really like go straight speed on him just yet. And I felt like I could take the edge, so I got me a great get off. And then the rest before that, I didn't lean into him as much as I would have because I was kind of saving it up for this. And when I knew it was a play that I had to get a sack or I knew it was pass, got a great get off. Shot my arm, got him to shoot his punch. He shot right over my shoulder. I dipped into it, and straight that.
Brian, when it comes to third down, I mean, obviously that's something that you guys want to correct. But when you have these third and medium situations, are there things that you guys feel like you can do to just be better in them and not give up so many third down conversions?
Yeah, one, you got to win first and second down. That can get you out of the third and medium, and that can make it more difficult for them to pick up the first down. So that's the main key of how you win third down is to win first and second. So we got into a lot of 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2. Those are hard to keep them from getting the first down. So we really got to focus on first and second. And when we do get into 3rd and longs, we have to get off the field. Rush, coverage, everything included. Everybody got to work together to get off the field because we just can't allow, I don't know how much it was, 12 of 14 or 11 of 13, whatever it was, something like that. That's just unacceptable.
All right, Brian, we appreciate you stopping by.
All right, bless up.
Greg, can you hear us on your end?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Josh, you want to start us off with the first one?
Yeah. Hey, Greg. I guess just when you have to come in mid-game for Russell, how do you think that you did yesterday? And, on the short week, do you feel like your body is ready to play on Thursday if necessary?
I didn't think I did a bad job. Just try to come in and help the team as much as I can. Coach said stay ready all times, what's next. So that's my mindset of what's next. And my body feels pretty good, man. I'm ready to go.
Let's go to Joe Person for the next question.
Hey, Greg, good to see you, man. We've heard Rhule talk about how this is sort of like an evaluation year, pretty much like for the whole roster. And is that, that kind of exciting for you? You starting fresh with a new coaching staff, and do you kind of view opportunities like Sunday and this week in that lens?
Yeah, every day you go out there, fight for your job. So just my goal is to go out there and just help my team as much as possible. The rest will take care of itself. Playing next to these guys is truly fun. So when I get out there, it's actually like, oh crap, here we go, guys. Let's have fun now. So that's my approach to everything. And just try to go there, do what I can, and help the team and be positive.
All right, let's go to Miles Simmons for the next question.
Greg, I have a couple, one more on topic and then one a little bit off. But how do you feel like you have improved throughout the course of the season, and to what do you attribute that improvement?
Really just handwork, feet. Coach Myers has been really put a lot of emphasis on being heavy feet and heavy hands. So using my hands, using my length that God gave me, and that's just it's all coming together. Everything's kind of slowing down for me in game speed. So
you had another pretty significant block yesterday too. Is that fun when you get to see that on film?
It's fun. I try to look over sometimes, but coach is like, man, you did good there, man. Be proud of yourself. So my goal is to go in the game and just try to make an impact as much as possible and help my team in areas I can. So if that's giving a big block and helping with some energy, man, that's my job. So just go in there and play hard.
Let's go to Josh Klein and then Elena Getzenberg.
Hey, Greg. Teddy talked about Taylor Moton's spike ability after touchdowns. What would it mean for you to get the chance to spike after a touchdown, and how do you rate yourself or rank yourself, I guess, in terms of the offensive linemen, in terms of your spike ability in the end zone?
Timo's the first spike he had, I think it went 14 feet in the air. So I was like, okay, I can't match that one, but I can give you a little something. But if I got a chance to spike the ball, man, that'd be great. It'd be a great opportunity just because of being out there with those guys, and that's just brotherhood, and that's just like a little thing y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So it's fun to us. We have a good time doing it. I don't know where I rank. We've only seen Timo really spike it, so that'd be fun to see who has the biggest spike. But it's just a blast going out there playing those guys every down. So.
Hey, Greg, I know last year you were dealing with injuries and everything, but just in terms of comfort and how much more fun you're having, with this team, how do you kind of feel like you're comfortable with this offense, maybe compared to how everything was last year, just how this year overall is going for you?
This year is pretty good, man. Just really knowing the guys. We've been doing extra stuff, kind of like little team things inside the facility. Just knowing your players better. I think that's a big thing. Know your teammates, because now you know who you're playing for. You kind of know what they stand for and their background instead of another face, another name. It's kind of like you're coming a brother. You kind of fight for them. So last year, I turned the page from last year. A lot of ups and downs, but this year is positive. So I'm just going to keep going forward.
If I could ask just one more, I was curious for you, what is it like having to kind of always be ready on the sideline? You've come in a lot in and out during games this year. Is there anything you do to kind of make sure you're ready to go whenever your number's called?
Not really. I'm just on the edge of the whole game. Just, oh crap, there it goes. Here it goes. So it was funny yesterday. Before I went in, I was like, I didn't know I was talking out loud, but I was like, I'm gonna give me one of these dudes. And Coach Rhule was standing there next to me. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's what we have you for." So I didn't know I was actually speaking out loud, but just staying ready all times and just being into the game. You gotta know what's going on, like you're a starter. So just locking in, staying focused, and try to stay on top of the mid-game adjustments. So when I do go in, I'm up to speed.
Let's go to Jason Huber and then back to Miles Simmons.
Hey, Greg, I have a question for you just about Brian Burns. I mean, you come in with him last year. What's it like facing him in practice every day and then seeing him, when he gets on the field and just kind of his abilities?
Oh man, Brian's a talented guy, man. He's real slippery. He's real patient with his moves. He's gonna wait till you show yours, and he's so quick he can counter before you can even see it. And so coming in with Brian, man, we just said we're gonna keep working hard, getting better. And man, he's been playing hard. You can tell he had a good offseason when he came into camp. He was energetic, getting sacks, getting back there. So us going one-on-one at practice day in, day out is helping both of us, so.
Greg, not to put too much emphasis on this, but why is it that Taylor always gets to spike the ball when you guys get into the end zone?
I don't know. I think it started in training camp when we had got one on the defense, and Coach Rhule was like, "Hey, I want the defense to feel this. So when y'all score, celebrate and get a good spike." And so ever since then, we kind of just did it, and Timo did it the first time, so we just give it to Timo.
All right, guys, that'll do it. Greg, we appreciate you stopping by.
Oh man, thank you for having me.
All right, media, that's going to do it for player availability today. Appreciate you guys joining.